And we are back. Now, we have just finished our Stranded in Space mission in the last stream, so we're going to collect the rewards here and then move on to the next mission.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
And we have gained some new items, as we saw down here on the left. We can just leave this mission acceptance for a second and just see what we've got and if it's any use to us. We have a Mark IV piece of armor. We're only wearing Mark II, so let's swap that over. It also allows us to check down with our away team. Do they have bodysuits or anything that can be updated? Now, this little chap here, Baal, has no bodysuit. Tavan hasn't. Tarsi does. Scarvin does, and Zing doesn't. So what we're going to do is to look at the person who's most likely to be coming on one of our missions. I think Tavan is in my away team, so we'll give him the body armor. Okay, so then we go back to the ship. Have we picked anything new that the ship can use? Yes, we have some more batteries. So now it's gone up to 2. We have now got a Mark III tactical console, and we have no TAC console, so we will put that over here. And we have the opportunity to put on the Mark IV shield, so let's do that as well. So our little ship is toughening up quite a bit as we go along our merry way. Our warp core can be updated, so we'll drop that in there. And that's pretty much it, the stuff that we're not using down the bottom. So we'll get rid of items that we're not going to use anymore. So this shield can be ditched. We'll salvage it to get some crafting materials that we will use when we're allowed to use the crafting system. And we'll get rid of this warp core as well. So some things has happened here as we have leveled up. We have some new things going on the menu here. And one of the things is Task Force Operations, which is TFO. If we click on that, we can actually join in with some other people on a mission or various other missions here and play as a team. Probably just for now, until we get through this story arc, I'll leave that. We won't go through there. There are patrols that we can do, which are very good things to do because we get updates to XP and some other things that we can use for crafting and stuff. Player versus player, if you want to do that, you can play against someone that's probably your level, but they will probably have played before. Anyway, it's good fun to test yourself. Or you can go privately and have one-on-one battles with people or team against team. So we'll deal with this screen once we've finished this story arc. So we've updated our ship and our crew. We'll go in here to see if we've got any updates on our points here, our skill points, and we have. Again, it was flashing up here next to our main set of menus. And they're both space points. So we'll hop in and we'll spin those points. So again, we're going to spread them evenly to start off with. This will come down to your gameplay as well. Where you think you want to put your points is entirely up to you. We can check to see if any of these traits are unlocked, and look, we can have another ground trait and another space trait. So let's put some stuff in here. So what do we want to do on the ground? I'll scroll down a bit. We do tend to, or in the last couple of episodes, we've got quite rooted to the spot a couple of times. So we're going to add stubborn here. This gives us a bit of resistance to that happening. So we'll pop that in here. In space, I think we've been doing pretty good, but we can choose anything we want that we don't already have. If we look here, this will improve our starship hull restoration and ability to withstand a bit of damage. So we'll just take that as an example. Ship's reputation and ground, and these slots that are open to us, we don't actually have anything to put in there, so that is okay. Now we have 4 stations or consoles that we can put somebody on to gain some bonuses. And now that we have, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 crew members and only 3 spots. So we can actually decide if the right person is in the right spot. So here we have Tarsi, who can give us high yield torpedoes. If we click down this option button here, we can see we could swap that Tarsi out for Tavan, and that will give us tactical team 1, which is some healing, gets rid of boarding parties and things like that. So we have to decide which is more advantageous to us. I'm going to leave it with better weapons for now. Over on this side we have Scarvin. We can click on that, and there's nobody else that can actually use that station. Here we have Zing. The only person who could use that station is already on a station with the same skill. And over here we have Tamet. Now they have a tractor beam which we could swap out with Baal, who could use a science team that gives us some extra shield regeneration. So I think we'll leave the tractor beam for now and revisit that later. Our standard away team only has 2 people actually set in it at the moment. So let's choose another person down here. And again, depending on what traits we want that person to have to help us out, will determine who we choose. We've already got Tarsi and Scarvin, so we can choose between Baal, Tamet, and Tavan. Now, Tarsi is attacking, and over here Scarvin is repairing things. So we could go for Tavan and have some more attacking options, or we can go for one of these characters here. Now, Tamet has a medical tricorder, which is good for healing us, and other more defensive things. Baal again has very similar stuff, but they can also use a sonic pulse, which is good for causing damage, or hypo spray. Oh, come on, get your act together, Sean. We're going to go with Tamet for some healing powers just for now. That then lights up our 4th slot, because we can have 4 members, and we'll bring Baal on there because we can use him to attack people as well. So in he goes. Now, when you click on the person on this right-hand side, you can choose to swap some skills out if there are options. As you click on each one, the different levels. That particular person can only have these items. Again, Tarsal doesn't have an option it Tarsi doesn't have an extra option there, and neither does Scarvin. So eventually you'll get more skills that your away team has, and you can choose which ones you want them to have for a particular mission or as a default. Now, the reputation system is still not available to us, so that is cool. We'll ignore that. And on with the mission, which is a researcher rescue.
Starfleet has lost contact with the Federation science station in the Kasei system. Because all communications from Kasei 2 must be boosted by a satellite that compensates for Metreon isotopes prevalent in the system, it may be that the communications array is in need of repair. Please make the necessary repairs to the communications array and re-establish contact with the science station.
Now, I'm still having difficulties no matter how much I try with the Twitch overlay. I'm not getting it. It's very rare. I will try and fix that before the next video, but haven't had much luck to date. So here's our mission. Here's our rewards. Click on that, accept the mission. So at the top in yellow, our main mission is to rescue the researchers, and we have to go to Kasei by the looks of it. I'll have a look when I open it up properly. Open our journal in progress, and we are doing researcher rescue, which I will find very shortly. There it is. So here we go. We need to go to Kasei and rescue the researchers. So we go into our big map, and there it is in yellow. We can actually click on it here to autopilot. As we've seen before, sometimes here it will let us actually just go straight to where the mission is. On this occasion, it's not doing that. What else can I show you as we go along our merry way? Now, events has come up now at this level, and the events is a account-wide thing. So I have been doing some events on my higher level toon, and it's telling me I can't do any dailies here. I'm not going to do it on the lower level toon. It will probably not work out very well for me. But we now have access.
Hidden dangers lurk in space, and the threat of Klingon attack has made even the most stout-hearted reconsider their choice to travel throughout the stars. A last-ditch effort to find a common ground could end this conflict, but there are many who oppose peace.
Thank you, Spock. So yeah, on our episodes, I've got a lot showing here. You may only have the top one or two of the story arc until you actually pick them up, so they won't show for you. Of course, under available, these are missions that we can go and do. These are side missions, which we will look at. Maybe look at one next, just so we can increase the power of our ship and our character ready for these battles ahead. As I said, in progress, we've stored a lot of missions here, so when we're in the right area, we can just hop in and finish them off. We've got our accolades here for you medal and award seeking people, and our logs, which we went through all of those things in our tutorial. Now, where are we? No, we're still going. I thought we may have overshot, and as I said in another video, that actually happens. And we've just gone past that side mission, which was in the white circle. We'll come back to that and do it a little bit later, because I want to concentrate on this particular mission. And we're in the right sector, which means we should get the option to go into the system when we get close enough. And we need to find the particular planet within the system we need to go to. And this is it here. And so the pop-up is there and we can begin our mission. And we've come across some Gorn again and we need to blow them up. It'll be a pleasure. Let's go and take them out.
Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed. Target's shields have failed.
At the moment, as you can see, nothing is too challenging. Just make sure you keep your eye on your shields and your hull. And fly casual.
Target's shields have failed.
And again, stroll around, have a look at all the lovely angles. You're still firing. You don't have to be looking at your target when you're firing. So we've destroyed the ships and now we need to scan the satellite, which is, as you can see, behind us. We are in range of it still though, so that is fine. Here it is down here. Now we need to beam down to the station, but I did just notice we have some materials to pick up. So let's go and do that while we're in our safe space. If we scan the sector, it tells us that there's some more of it over there. I love saying over there when you don't know whether that's left, right or whatever, but hopefully the screen pointed in the right direction for you. So we'll hop over here, pick this stuff up. And in these early stages, do pick all this stuff up because you will need it later on. If you don't have crafting materials, you cannot craft. Makes sense. Oops, wrong way. Never mind. And we'll hop over and we'll actually make sure we get this. So we won't talk quite so much, maybe. I'm just a man. I do not multitask very well. There we go. So we need to beam onto the station, so that means going back to the station, and here she is.
The Gorn. They just stormed in and started shooting.
Once again, we can ask them lots of questions. I'm not going to ruin the storylines for you in as much as going through every option here.
Not everyone. There are several members of our team still unaccounted for. Please, you must find them. The Gorn destroyed our automated fire suppression system in the initial attack. You will find fire suppression devices on the walls that you can use to fight the fires.
So with all of those options, you don't have to read them. I just recommend doing it on your first tour of duty. because it's quite interesting and it's part of the game. If you've done it before like me, you can just go to the green ones.
I'm coming with you, Captain.
And doing
There's too much at stake,
actions
and I
as
know
necessary.
this project.
So here we need to get some fire suppression equipment. So here we go. We click on that and we get it. Now, on some missions, you actually have to equip this and put it onto your toolbar to be able to click on it to use it. It does appear. Actually, this one doesn't. If it doesn't appear in your inventory, let's go along that route, shall we? If it doesn't appear here, it's going to automatically work. So we go up to this fire. And what's going to happen is we actually need to put the fires out, 6 of them, and rescue 3 scientists. So don't get right into the fire, just close
The
enough.
Klingon invasion was a blow to Gorn's self-determination and identity.
And no doubt, as we have to rescue people, there are going to be people trying to stop us doing that. So here we go. Remember our tab button to highlight to auto-target the nearest targets. In your options, you can actually go into the options and change what happens when you use tab and stuff. For instance, with your auto target, you can change it from selecting the nearest target to the next target along to the target that is attacking you and things like that. The default seems to work pretty good though. So we found a scientist and we need to get her out of here. We don't have to stay and watch her go. Once we know that she said thanks and she's on her way, we'll mosey on down this corridor. There's another fire here. There's also people behind the fire, so let's deal with those people first. There we go. Now we'll put the fire out. And we wait for it to go out so it doesn't hurt us. Pick up our little drop box here. Weapons upgrade and a medium power cell. It's good we've got a weapons upgrade. We'd have a couple already, and we'll look at how to do that in the next video. Beam this scientist out. And looky behind here, we have found some building material. Again, don't forget, if you're collecting all this stuff, click on your scanner. It tells us in which direction it is, but it's also pointing through walls and down levels, so it's not necessarily within sight or in a straight line. You actually got to make your way there. So we're at 3 fires out, 2 scientists rescued.
These kinds of raids are the Gorn's attempt to reclaim their identity through their history.
Now we need to put this fire out here, but we can't actually go in this direction. It's blocked off. Back the other way.
Look at all this damage. We'd have helped if the Gorn had just asked. I guess when one of your leaders turns out to be a shapeshifter, though, it damages your sense of trust.
He's a big one, isn't he? But the bigger they are, you know the saying. We're near this stuff here, so building material, let's pick it up. We also have a couple of drop boxes here, one of a normal quality and one green, and green is obviously better, and we've got a split beam rifle Mark III, and in here we've got some hypos. Now there's also a box here which no doubt will contain some useful stuff. Power cells. Oh well, you can't have everything all the time. So we'll carry on here, extinguish this fire. If you found you've had trouble killing the Gorn so far, you can go into your inventory and equip that new weapon you picked up, if it's actually better than the one you've got. Let's have a look. It's only a green level 3 weapon. It's not as good as our Mark III phaser, but it's better than our Mark II. So we'll swap that out here. So we've got two better weapons, or different weapons, should we say. Now the difference with the split beam one, as you're about to see, is that it will fire two lasers at one go. Come on, you know you want to go out. Here we go. So when you're here, you can actually swap your weapons, as I've said in a tutorial, by using this icon here. The swap outs, we're now using the split beam rifle, so you can see what it does. And that is 6 fires, and we have to find a scientist. Now look at that. See, it can fire two beams at the same time. See, our scientist is up there. We need to go and rescue him. And to rescue him, we need to put this fire out. Even though we've already done the required number, we still have to get to him. Now, where has he gone? Ah, there he is. There he is down here. And off you go, Sonny. So we have completed all
There's
the
another
options
research
needed
team on
there.
Kasei 4, involved in a dig at a promising site. Given what the Gorn have done here, I'd imagine that team is in trouble. Captain, we have to check on them. If the Gorn have taken over the dig site, the researchers could be captives. Or worse.
So once again, we're on the loading screen. Dare I say, subscribe or follow? No, I don't think I will. I will do that this time. I hope the days are going well for you, wherever you happen to be in the world. I'm here in New Zealand at the moment. It's summertime, and it has actually stopped raining, and the hurricane has blown itself out. Alrighty, so we're on with this mission. Defeat some more Gorn. Pleasure. Once we find them. Now, here they are.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Now we're also close enough to scan some magnesite building materials, so while we're here and no one's attacking us, we will do that. Oh, there we go. Alright, apparently there's no more hostiles around. If we scan with our scanner, we can see if there's any more building material around, and there are 3 lots, so we'll pick that up before we leave the area. So we're not going to beam down for a second. We are going to find this building material. Some is hiding over here in this asteroid belt. We'll use our scanner to find the next lot is down and to the right. So down we go. I can't actually see it, but I know it's there somewhere. So it's possibly around the other side of this planet a little bit. Yeah. Just out of our range. And here she is. You see the red where my cursor is. We'll hop over here. And what a beautiful ship the Constellation class is. Can you imagine in the 60s when somebody was told we need a starship and to design something from the future, and they're coming up with ideas like this. Very, very clever people. Who would have known? So we have a new spawn point, which means there's going to be some enemy here, which I'm not ready to take on just yet because we haven't been to the surface. We shouldn't even be able to do that just yet. It shouldn't really be there, I don't think. So that's interesting. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to do what we're supposed to do and beam down to the planet. Even though it's not telling us to do that, we know that we have to do that. So I'm going to turn back and fly back in the direction we were supposed to be going in the first place. Well, is it even going to let me do that now? I'm pretty sure it is. You can probably do this mission both ways around, but I want to try and stick to what we were meant to be doing. Put the brakes on for 1 second. And I've lost Researcher Rescue. There it is at the top. So actually, it's not really saying where we need to go or need to beam down. Let's see if that comes back. If not, we will just... Oh, there we go. It's come back. We're on the right side of the planet now. So we'll get close enough to beam down, or at least into the right spot to do that. And it's not going to let me do that at the moment. This can be the issue when you go a little bit off tack. Okay, let's find out how we're going to do this. Pretty sure if we get close enough to the planet, it will just let us beam down. If not, we're going to burn up in the atmosphere a bit. But what you're going to do? No, it's not going to let us do that. We have lost the screen with our officer telling us to do to beam down, and we're all kinds of wrong on this mission at the moment. But let's see if we can work it out. Again, I could start the mission again and scrap this video, but we're all going to make mistakes as we go along, and it's good experience in learning how to fix those mistakes. We should actually have a screen here with our officer telling us to beam down. We don't have that, so I have to fly around and see if we can get into the spot where the game wants us to be. And it's not actually in this spot. So here we go, flying around the planet, hoping to find the sweet spot. Lordy, lordy. If it does get broke and you cannot find your way back, the easiest thing to do is to click on the button here that says Depart System. It'll tell us we may not be able to come back here to this part of the mission. We may have to start it again, but sometimes that's the way it is in Star Trek Online. If something's gone a little bit awry, you have to hop out and hop in again. And here we are, begin research or rescue. I see what happened now. Because we had another mission here, it's confused the system. So we'll actually just go back in and start research at rescue from where it puts us. So we'll defeat these Gorn again. It's all good because now we'll get some bonus XP and points towards ranking up. So there's no such thing as a bad move. Makes the game more interesting for you as well as me, because you're looking at we're learning how to fix issues and how to restart a mission if something goes wrong, and it does go wrong. Sometimes there's a blip and what you expect to see isn't there, so you have to hop out and allow the system to reset the game or the mission for you, and that's just fine. It's part and parcel of all online games. Nothing is perfect, and life, it doesn't do what you want it to do. The other thing about coming in and out is the materials come back. Now, because it didn't work out in our favour last time, I'm going to ignore the materials because I've already picked them up. And we're going to beam to the station. And now I see our issue. Before, I was looking for a sweet spot to beam down to the planet, and we should have gone to the station, which would have just meant me trying to locate the station, but here we are, we're already there. Actually, no, we restarted the mission. So this is going to be going to the station we've already been on. I beg your pardon. So we're going to repeat what we just did.
They just stormed. Not everyone. There are several members of our team. I'm coming with you, Captain. There's
So we
too
can
much at stake,
dash
and
through
I
this
know this
fairly
project.
quickly. You will have to pick up the extinguishers again. But we can actually do this pretty rapidly now. We know what we're doing.
The Klingon invasion was a blow to Gorn self-determination and identity.
I'm going to hop through this pretty quick to get us back up to speed. Thank you. Bye-bye now. And now I am multitasking because I know exactly what I need to do here, and I want to get us to the second part of this mission as quickly as possible. So we're not going to stop to pick any materials up or scan anything because we have just done this. We'll hop through
These
there.
kinds of raids are the Gorn's attempt to reclaim their identity through their history.
Now we only have to put 6 fires out. It doesn't matter which ones we put out. So as we're doing it quickly,
Look at
I'll
all
just
this
go to the most
damage.
convenient ones.
We'd have helped if the Gorn had just asked. I guess when one of your leaders turns out to be a shapeshifter, though, it damages your sense of trust.
I'm even going to let my crew take care of some of these guys while I go and rescue this scientist. And I'll wish them all the best. We can keep an eye on their health levels over here. They should be pretty much able to take care of themselves at this rate. And yes, they're finishing off the Gorn for us.
Flanking damage detected.
And there's some more for us up here. We've beamed that one out. We've got another fire to go and another scientist to find. Okay.
There's another research team on Kasei 4, involved in a dig at a promising...
And there we go. We can beam back up now, and we're back to the second part of this mission. So what have we learned? We learned not to mess around and disappear onto other sides of planets, and we've also learned how to restart the mission if it goes wrong. So let's take this Gorn ship out.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shield has failed.
There we go. We'll track the beam that ship in, so she's not getting away from us. Turn towards it so all of our phasers and torpedoes will work. And there she goes. Now we need to beam down to the planet, which we are going to actually do. Now your loading screen may look different to mine. This is because I'm doing the original series. If you've done Discovery or gone straight into the missions without doing the original series, your loading screen here will look differently. This is obviously a more 1960s look. She's taking a little while to load today. We are on super fast internet here, so that'll be the servers. And that's okay. We see the lights going along the bottom here. Also, the server can be a little slower if there's a lot of people on that
This is the
particular
dig
server.
site that our team was working on. They set up several shield generators to help protect the most important artifacts from further damage. There's a small encampment under the shield dome. The Gorn probably came in and took over everything. If we disable the shield generators, we may be able to get inside and rescue the other archaeologists. Look up. You can see the shield generator beams. We can follow those to find the controllers and turn off the system.
So looking up, and there they are. So that is somewhere we need to go and disable that tower. There's another one right over in the distance here.
The team here found remnants of a precursor civilization that may be a relative of the Gorn.
Now, as I said in the tutorial, your
Our
away team
understanding
is
of Gorn
here.
evolution is woefully inadequate. Are they even offspring of the Preservers?
And their special skills are on the right. If you,
Gorn
they will
territorial
actually
codes
use
aren't
these
entirely without
automatically,
merit,
but if
they
you
would
wish
displace
to
billions of
get
people.
one of your away team to do something for you specifically, you can actually click on this.
A diplomatic solution could help to save Gorn heritage without disrupting Federation colonies.
Okay, so we need to disable the 3 towers. It doesn't matter what order we do them in, they're going to be protected as well. We'll have a little stroke of our tribble. Oh, how cool is that? And off we go.
Flanking damage detected.
Now the Gorn are not particularly hard to defeat. You'll come across much tougher opponents in the game, even at this level. But they're good target practice. We can take this item. It's a bit more armor. Shut down this shield generator.
Shield power is dropping. What is going on?
So that's 1 of 3. Now, because we picked up a bit of armor here, we need to find out if it's better than what we've got, which it isn't. But is it better than what one of our team have got? Well, he doesn't even have any, so let's plop that on him. We can redistribute some of these healing things, and so I don't use them too often. But it's nice to give you guys some toys to play with. Okay, so on to the next one. We can use our scanner to look around, or we can actually visually look and see where the yellow beams are going. Or on our map here we have our green arrows. Also on our main map we have the circles as well. And remember this bar along the top. Now there are 2 things we need to do, and depending which way we're looking tells us if we have to go left or right to get to one. So look, there's one right here in this direction. So off we'll pop. Now we don't have to fight everything all the time. You see these red dots are some Gorn there. We could go around the outside if we want. We'll eventually have to kill them. But look at all this lovely scenery. Why run along the forest path when we can go through the swamp? And hey, find some materials. What have we got here? Uranium. So we'll take that out while we're in our safe spot. Oops, other way. And here is our energy tower and some more Gorn. We'll wait for our crew to catch up because there's no point fighting alone if we don't have to. Set up a mortar. And she'll fire away. Sometimes you don't even need to go into the attack yourself. If you've got a nice mortar and your crew running as well, they can even finish these people off before you get there. Another drop. Hypo's not going to use it. Shut this shield generator down.
More fluctuations.
2.
Increase the power to the shields.
1 to go, and our green arrow says it's back in this direction. So off we go. And there it is, up on a behind these bushes. Now, if you'll notice, there's a little green icon here that looks like it may be one of our crew. If you put your cursor over it, it's actually the grenade launcher. It's not dead, so it's going to just sit there. And here we are again. Wait for our crew. Pop down our mortar. Launch some grenades in there. And they'll actually do some work for us. Maybe slightly out of range. Let's try and bring some over here.
Personal shield losing power.
And again, we have a drop. A Mark III weapon. We can give that to somebody. We'll just shut this down.
The protective shields are down. Incompetent fools.
So is this blaster better than ours? No, it isn't. Who else have we got? Who's got something minimal? What level is this? It's a Mark III, 2, and just a standard Mark II phaser there. We'll find that this will be a much better weapon for him. We'll pop that on there, and we'll give him that hypo there. So now we've got to defeat the Gorn captain. Sounds like a lot of fun. Are we worried? No, we're not. Now here he is in here with some of his friends. What we're going to do is put a mortar here, a grenade launcher, for if they get drawn outside. That'll be a nice little surprise for them. We can have a little stroke of our tribble. And in we go. Take out the small guys first, remember. You don't want too many firing at you. Get away from the rocks. They are very, very hard to escape from. Now, we may want to tell our team to fire at the one target, which is the big guy, instead of everyone. So we can click over here based on my current target. Now they'll all shoot him instead of shooting any other Gorn that are standing around, because he's the toughie, and so he had to go. So when we finish with that, we can tell them to go back to what they would normally do.
The Gorn must be holding them captive elsewhere.
So up we go. We haven't found the team, but we will. If you have played missions in the same area, sometimes it'll load a lot quicker. It's probably stored in some kind of cache somewhere, but I'm not sure about that. Somebody else will be able to tell you, maybe Dr. Google, or somebody else will mention it in a comment or whatever. Remember, when you're playing, guys, take breaks and hydrate. Have your water with you. It's very easy to do these games
you do not understand.
and play for hours and hours, and the time just flies by.
It belongs to the Gorn by ties of blood and conquest.
Arr, he sounds a bit like a pirate. Okay, so what are we going to do? We have to disable this Gorn ship.
To desecrate hallowed ground without punishment. Prepare for death.
He sounds a little angry. Okay, so he's in here somewhere, and if you see at the top of the screen here where my cursor is, it's telling us the ship is up here and it's above us. So we can't actually see it unless we scroll up there. There it is. If it's off to the side, we should get a little notice somewhere saying it's off to the side. We didn't, but sometimes you do. Okay, so let's go in. We'll ignore that gas for now. We've fallen for that one before. And we will just take this ship out. Now she is a Mark III enemy, which means she's quite a lot tougher than the Gorns we have faced so far. And it's going to take longer for us to get her down. We have to watch our own shields, of course. So remember to click on your shield batteries or your options to repair. So always keep your eye here, because if you're not watching out, you'll get so excited blowing the other ship up that you'll forget that you're going to die as well. And there we have it. Researcher rescue is complete. Return to space sector. We're not going to do that at the moment. And why are we not going to do that? That's right, because some building material is over here. So let's go get that. I'm only going to grab this one lot here because it's close to us. There are some more around, but it's very naughty of us because we're repeating this mission, or we rebooted it, so it's a bonus. So let's pretend we didn't have it, or it's not available. So here we go. We are going to warp to sector space, and this mission is complete. So we have learned how to reboot a mission or reset it if something has gone wrong. That was an important lesson.
If the archaeological sites in the Kasei system really are from a Proto-Gorn culture, we will have to weigh carefully the knowledge we gain versus what the Gorn claim to be their own history. The Federation Science Council has a lot to consider. For now, though, I'm glad the researchers are safe. Good work.
And once again, we're not going to collect our reward here because it digs into the start of the next mission, and I like to save that for the next video. So thank you for watching. We have completed Researcher Rescue, and next will be Secret Orders. And when we do Secret Orders, I will see what else we can do now at our level and take you through a couple of menu options as well. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again next time. You guys take care.